Hello and welcome, lads and lasses, to Pures of Eternity. Let's start a new game on Hard or Path of the Dam. I'm not very sure. I played Path of the Dam and it was incredibly difficult. So let's start on Hard. Obsidian Entertainment presents. Well, thank you, dude. As your character makes choices in conversations and quests, he or she will start developing reputation, both generally and with specific factions. Characters with world will respond to these choices, good and bad ways. Okay, that sounds good. Now I played Path of the Dam, but not very much. Well, let's say that I got the prologue and a few more battles, and then I died. And since I had clicked that thing that when you die you have to start all over again, I decided, yeah, let's go on hard, and so here we are. Oh, come on, you can waltz faster than that, can't you? Hello? Okay.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night.
Maybe I should turn off the voices.
Glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course.
Maybe.
The lantern is only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know.
And what do they know?
The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start.
Thank you.
You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Well, that's awkward, considering that everything that happens from this point on, which is the beginning, will be entirely my fault. Yeah. I don't get sick. My will does not allow it. So, let's create our character. It's going to be a human. A male human, of course, because humans, we are amazing. And I'm the best example of that. Okay, the place of man in society varies from culture to culture. Cultures like Adrian and the Direwood place them at the foremost of military, politics, and heavy labor. Amongst the tribe of Nasitak, men perform many homesteading and organizational duties in the Airglafath and Ixamital. Yeah, just spell those words and then tell us how we should do it. Men and women have more fluid society roles in all societies. There are exceptions to the rules, and men can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions. We are the best! So, I'm a male. I like the blue elves. A line? Why are you, a goblin? That's a goblin, alright. Godlike. Yeah, the helmet of the Baratheon stands proud on my head, I think. So, human? Humans, commonly called folk, are the most common race in the Direwood and Adrian Empire, Old Valyrian and Valyrian republics. They are not as large as the towering Aum. Humans are known for their strength and willpower. Yes, well, elves are accurate, dwarves are strong, and we are magical. Guess. Wait a second, I just want to see something in the elves. So pale elves and wood elves. That explains absolutely nothing, I don't care. So, godlike. What are the godlikes? Ah, there is a half demon. Can I? Oh, body types. Very funny. Okay, I don't care about that. I just want to see if I can customize him to look a little bit better. Whatever, dude. Yet, there we go. Oh yeah, I don't like that. So, let's choose the human race. So, which one should we go with? I'm thinking, well, we're not going to go with the black people because, well, I have no idea. I'm going to be white. Well, let's actually read all of them and see which one I like the most. The most common humans in the Dyrwood and Meadow Folk, or Thetan, have lived in this area for almost 2,000 years. Meadow folk traditionally live at the edge of open forests, working the open plains, hence their names. Most humans in the Dyrwood are Thetan. Fighting spirit, which once per encounter 5 seconds after begins, reduces below 50% endurance. Folks temporarily gain bonus to accuracy and damage. That sounds good. Ocean folk. Ocean folk, Kaubandra, organizes near the equator of the other side of the globe, and are currently our most widespread human group in the region, but they have almost migrated to the far reaches of the world. Ocean folks are the dominant culture in the Valitan republics and are also common in Dyrwood. Fighting spirit, okay, seconds below 50% endurance. I don't think there are any differences between the humans. Nope. Savath folks. Savath folks come originally from the south of the equator, and with the exception of some groups that migrated north, have remained in the same location for over 10,000 years. Well, we definitely know how old this world is, I guess. And considering the equipment, they're not very fast at evolving. Have remained there for 10,000 years. The name Natlan literally means original. Ooh, deep. While quite common in the Redcar Savan, folks are not usually seen in the Dyrwood and the Valiant republics. Wait, I can click on those? I can't. Okay, I'm going with this, guys. Next, so what kind of class do you want to be? Well, I myself am a speaker. Look at this guy, he has a book with the Elder sign on it. Rogues are awesome. I almost always play with rogues because they're charismatic. Monk, fighter, druid, cipher. What's a cipher? A recent discovery in Easter Reach, ciphers were once called Burishalgwyn Mind Hunters. Well, that sounds interesting. Actually, I might go with this class. Just a sec. Mind Hunters. By the platforms, ciphers have the ability to direct contact multiple another person's soul and psyche, using an ally or enemy essence as the focus for their magic. The most ciphers are still found in the Eastern Reach. Practitioners of the techniques have spread throughout the known world. They are gaining acceptance over time, but are generally distrusted, especially by the undeduced. Okay. Power. Ciphers can directly target ally enemies. Powerful soul fuses effect. These powers cost focus, which the cipher build through the use of their soul whip. Straight plus stealth +1, lore +1, mechanic. Ooh, mechanic. Traps and locks can be a problem for even the toughest adventurers. Draining their resources and maiming or killing those who are unfortunate enough to trigger an unseen floor plate. Mechanic skills makes it easier to open locks and find and disable traps. Additionally, any character can use the mechanical skill to place traps of their own. The higher the mechanical skill, the more accurate the trap. In conversation, scripted international mechanics can be used to activate a disable variety of machines. Sorry. Endurance, accuracy, something. Well, I'm not gonna be a barbarian. I don't think so. Chanter. In every culture across Elrond, there are chanters. Many historians consider chanters to be the most ancient workers of magic. Their hallowed faces trigger collective memories of wiring souls around them, compelling them to generate magical effects in a kind of reenactment. In some societies, chanters form organized groups of storytellers and researchers, but in most parts of the world, they are just a time-honored part of local folk tradition. So chants can constantly speak. Chants made up of magical faces produce passive effects. Oh, I did start with a rogue last time. Maybe I should go with that again, because I feel a little bit more familiar with it. Accuracy helped stuff. Cipher. Druid? Well, I'm not gonna be a druid. I'm not a nature person. I actually prefer mechanics more. Wow, that's a lot of abilities this guy has. Wait, can he summon a cat? Oh, charm base, okay. Monk. Not gonna be a monk. I'm never at peace with myself. I'm striving to be the best. Paladin, not a holy warrior. I'm a little bit of a cynic myself, so priest is out of the question. Ranger. Rangers are warriors of the woodland and masters of the hunt, always pretendant with soul-bounded animal companion. They can be found in wild spaces all over the world, as their lifestyle often tends toward independence and isolation. It is rare for a ranger to become an integral part of a large fighting force, so they are often employed as scouts and guides. Animal companion, strong bond with animal companion, stuff like that. Command is extremely valuable for their ability to run. Okay, stealth and survival. Hey dude. Mechanics +2. And this one gives me +1. Stealth and lore. Now the cipher is something I could choose actually. It does sound like me. But I'll go with a rogue. So I'm going to quickly pass through all the classes, and if you want to read about them, you can pause the video. We read about the chanters ourselves, and the ciphers, druids, fighter, monk, the paladin. Now many people like paladins actually. I'm just not one of them. It's something like the Mystic Knight in Dragon's Dogma. Rangers. Okay. The rogues. Vicious Cure, feared for their brutality of their attacks. They can be found in often dark back alleys at the heart of battlefields. Skirmishes throughout unpredictable and undisciplined rogues are commonly used as shock troops or a part of a surprise assault. Well, I'll be something like a spy myself. Doing attacks, breaking enemies' ranks and morale. Rogues tend to congregate in large numbers in cities where they can be steadily employed as mercenaries or hire muscle. Abilities. Okay, sneak attack. I always liked sneak attack. In Neverwinter's Nights 2, it was amazing. I think it's the same developer for both games. Rogue's range melee attacks when the target of any follows. Okay. It also applies to any target Rogue strikes with a weapon within the first 2 seconds of combat. Oh. Okay, stealth mechanics. Endurance, health, accuracy, and deflection. We can use both, but I'm gonna use a pistol. I actually found a pistol in the beginning of the game, so I'm gonna show you where it is. Wizards, the masters of academic magic. Wizards are students of arcane traditions and stretch back beyond the boundaries of recorded history. Wizards are a highly organized group, often forming academies or guilds, devoted to research and development of magical studies and tend to favor environments where inquiry, experimentation, debates, and the dissemination of knowledge are encouraged. Many accomplished wizards eventually become known for their their eccentricity, their egos, and their unquenchable interest in all things arcane and occult. I need to find my glasses, I don't remember where I put them. Arcane assault. Okay, spell stuff. Well, I hope you read all those. So, Rogue, that's what we're heading for. Crippling or blinding shot. A dirty attack that makes the opponent unable to see, inflicts extra damage, and blinds the target. Yeah, sure, let's go with this one. Might. Well, I think Resolve is still weird. So I can go. Oh, okay. So let's start with Resolve. Affects characters' internal drive. Okay, sorry. Drive, determination, fearlessness, and emotional intensity. They can project to others. It can be useful for mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performances in combat. It helps characters maintain concentration and contribute to the will and deflection defenses. Okay, let's set to 14. This won't be max, of course. I'm highly intelligent myself. Intellect represents a character's logic and reasoning capabilities. In interactions, it can be useful for deduction, realization, and problem solving. In combat, it contributes to the will defenses, influences duration and areas of effect for all abilities and talents. Okay. Recommended for rogues, I guess. Precision. Character sense and well, okay, let's do it to number 14. I'm going to go with 8 Constitution and only 12 of Resolve, actually. Dexterity, 12 and Resolve. Well, usually it's Charisma at the bottom. Well, let's go with Perception 16 and Intelligent 18. Next, Culture. Okay, I'm gonna read all those cultures, so it's most likely that we'll start the game next video. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm going to click play next video after character creation. So, the Aedir Empire is currently the largest and most powerful force in the part of the world. It is centered around the equator and has tropical climate. It doesn't sound like my place to live though. The Empire has colonies in numbers of areas in the world. Greater Andir is at its heart. You know, I really wish they show us a map of the world in this. Well, actually, yeah, whatever. Yeah, is in numerous areas of the world. Greater Alien is its heart and houses a majority of its humans and elven nation. +1 Resolve. Resolve characters internal drive determination. Okay, we saw that. Deadfire Archipelago. Considering of the nation of Nasitak, dozens of Aumunua settlements and hundreds of wall-less pirate-infested... just a second, let's answer. Okay, pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern sea. Deadfire is home to border dwarves, Aumua, and mixed varieties of other races. Deadfire Archipelago is the last stop for anyone headed east. This gives me dexterity, by the way. A multitude of monstrous sea creatures infest the ocean beyond, making her travels eventually impossible. Virtually. I don't want to be stuck on dexterity 13, so maybe I should take from precision and... yeah. In case you haven't figured that out, I'm going to go with the pirate people. So let's see the others. Wow. Okay, located in the northeast of Air Galath, the Ixamito Plains are large extents of fertile savannas that are extensively farmed by humans and Orland residents of Ixamit. Seriously, they could have chosen a better name for that. Culture is one of the oldest in the world, to one of the last imperialistic, having spread out. Lit over the past 7,000 years. Gives me one resolve, that sounds nice. Old Valia. Once the crown jewel of the southern seas. That doesn't say much because I don't know where the southern seas are. Wait a second. Okay. Old Valia seems now crumbled remnants of an empire of warring merchant nations, counting many humans and dwarves among their ranks. The old Valian countries are still forces to be reckoned with, and are proud of their rich cultural heritage. You know, it sounds strange. This guy is actually holding a rapier. My favorite kind of sword, by the way. Rautai. Dominated by the Aumua nation of Rautai, the Gulf itself is host to a number of nations, most of them Aumua, Orwan and Woven. Though these countries are relatively young, they are some of the most advanced colonial settlements in the East. The Gulf is land of riches, resources for those who can take them. Through the entire coast is often pumped by violent storms. As you can see, this guy doesn't have a dagger, he has a sword. Not that I care much. Ooh, spears. Preferable weapon in some cases. The living lands in the mountains. Okay. The mountains region of the large northern island. Is it a continent or an island? Renowned for its diversity of plants and animal life. Its weather is unpredictable and it echoes times very dramatically from valley to valley. The living lands are home to assortment of races and variety, colonial independent settlements. This gives me might. That's not going to be me. The white dot went. A large cracked southern expanse for polar ice. The white of lands is home to pale elves and small colonial of daring explorers. Outcasts and adventurers, while virtually no plant life grows in white. It is home to many herby species of dangerous animals that forage from sea to prey upon each others to survive. So, cannibalism, I think. Anyway, let's go with this race. Aristocrat, I'm not going to be an aristocrat, you might know that already. Explorer, that's what I'm going for. Let's just quickly go through everyone. This gives me mechanics. But I'm not a merchant. Not a slave either. Drifter. You never quite fit in no matter where you go. Each new town is just a place to rest briefly before moving on to the next. Sounds just like what I want to do if I become an adventurer. Next, you are more comfortable on the road traveling the world. You find a siren call for horizon irresistible. You cannot help but wonder what lies. Okay, I'm going with this one. Mercenary, athletics and lore, or raider. Stout and athletics. Okay, next. Well, portraits. I'm going to go with my own portrait, which I made from the Dragon Age Origins. And I'm gonna have one companion, by the way. Not Origins, I meant Dragon Age Inquisition. Well, I'm quite pale myself, so primary colors. Let's go with brown. I like brown. I always like brown. I can go with red and black actually, because... no. This dark brown looks good. Okay, hair. Okay, well, I don't like the blonde hair in this game, so maybe I should go with this. To fit my portrait. Facial hair, we'll get on head. Actually, let's choose hair. Short hair, preferably. Wait a second. Nah, I don't like this one. Not that I don't like it, it just doesn't strike me as good looking hair. This one. Yeah, it kinda looks like this one. Yeah, it's so... Head number 3, it seems to be mine. Facial hair. Well, no beards, I'm afraid, so here we go. Okay, that's the darkest one. It still looks kind of brown to me. Anyway, next. Voice, I'm not gonna have any voice, I'm going to read most of my stuff. How should I call myself? Well, I'm gonna call myself Artelian, but first name? Well, let's draw inspiration from Mountain Blade, I guess. Marco Artelian. Excellent, so... Okay, Marco, let's go. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to stop this video here. Actually, when I can pause the game. That's gonna be after the first. Okay. I'm just gonna stop this video here and gonna start the next one almost immediately.